Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is $3 Theater. And the Oscars are coming up here in a couple weeks. And guess what? It's official. They have no host. Following controversy surrounding Kevin Hart, the Academy Awards will go without a host for the first time in 30 years. And guess what? It's actually a good thing. It's a really, really, really good thing. I'm going to give you 3 reasons why that's a really good thing. Number 1, it's a bloated mess. We all can agree, if you watch the Oscars, it's a bloated mess. Yes, I understand that it is the one night out of the year where Hollywood all gets together and engages in a weird self-congratulatory orgy of all, back pattings and I would say hand jobs, but no more because of Me Too. But those are out of the question now. Those were always out of the question, by the way. I'm just making a joke. But no, it's very bloaty. It's a very bloated mess. Right? The event itself is 3 hours long. 5 hours if you add in all of the pre-coverage and then also post-coverage. People treat it like it's a Super Bowl for Hollywood. But at the end of the day, what happens? You watch it, someone wins, you go, oh, okay. And then you go home. But in the meantime, you got to suffer through nauseating sketches for the most part, unfunny hosts that are usually really talented people, but they just try so hard because they're not there trying to impress the millions of people that are watching. They're trying to impress their peers, even though they know these people for the most part. And that's why they have to find the most probably sanitary person they can think of, which is why Ellen DeGeneres keeps popping back up, why Jimmy Kimmel's done it a couple of years in a row. Never mind the fact that he hosted The Man Show for a number of years, and he's definitely have a bit of a checkered past comedy-wise. But when it comes to the general public consensus, he's pretty vanilla. He's pretty milquetoast. He's pretty banal. You're not going to get anything out of him that's going to make you go, oh, damn. Oh, damn. Whereas Kevin Hart, yeah, you might get a couple jokes out of him that are going to be considered a bit on the racy side. And since, they're already a dwindling audience on the Academy Awards anyway, they didn't want to risk running anyone else off. And that's the other part of it too, is that it's an old, outdated. Number 2, it's old and it's outdated, right? The Oscars, this is the 91st Oscars. The movies, you know what? They're out there. People don't watch them. People don't generally tend to see these movies. They don't. They don't see them when they come out in theaters. The Academy has over 6,000 members that vote internally based upon how much money studios pay in order to get this in front of them. There are people out there who vote for movies without ever watching them because they vote them for political reasons or whatever. Who knows? But the general movie-going audience does not care, which is the whole reason why the Oscars wanted to do the most popular movie category in order to try to reach out to mainstream America, to reach out to the average moviegoer and go, hey, we got movies you like here too. Do you want to watch us? Please watch us. Please watch us. Please do it. Please watch us. They want that so bad. And that's everything to do with the fact that no one's watching them anymore. Like no one's watching these movies. Like when Moonlight won Best Picture, people didn't hear about it. It still went on sale a couple weeks later because even though it won Best Picture and some people maybe went and checked it out, it didn't have the widespread approach. Movies like Moonlight are going to have to require a word of mouth marketing campaign in order to be able to grow and build. What all these people want with these indie films is basically My Big Fat Greek Wedding on steroids, which is what you need nowadays for an independent film like that without a huge $40 or $50 million marketing budget to get any kind of play. In fact, Steven Soderbergh recently talked about this with Unsane and Logan Lucky. He tried different marketing tactics to get these movies out into the audiences to get people to watch them. Both are critically looked at as good films, but marketing, he didn't spend the money. He didn't spend the money. The word of mouth wasn't there, and the movies floundered. They floundered. That's just the truth of it. That's what happened to it, right? And finally, number 3, people just don't care. People just don't care. There's a huge disconnect in regards to Hollywood, the Hollywood elite, famous celebrities, money and power, and everybody else. As much as I love Hollywood, as much as I love the business and I love the culture and I love making movies and I love talking about movies and I love the entire thing, it is not hard to see that there is such a class divide between the moviegoer and the movie maker and the movie studios and the whole world. And because there is that huge divide, the Oscars don't speak to the average person anymore. They haven't for quite some time. There's a reason. And I think the tipping point, to be fair, was the aftermath to 2013. 2013, 6 years ago, Seth MacFarlane hosted. It was a fun show. He treated it like a fun event. He had fun with everybody. He poked fun at people. There was a song called "We Saw Your Boobs," and he poked fun at everybody and had a bunch of pre-taped celebrities come in and do a little bit of it in order to do their reactions, so they would be in on the joke, because that's how he wanted to play it. And that's what Seth MacFarlane does. And it was a fun show. The next day, all of the blogs came out. Oh, this was so disrespectful. It was terrible. Absolutely terrible. That's what it was. So he didn't want to go back. Then, of course, you had the Oscars So White campaign going on, which was, I understand why, for pushing for diversity and inclusion. I get that. That had a negative impact. People don't want that anymore. The Oscars have been dwindling in relevance because people just don't care. The millionaires, multi-millionaires, 100+ millionaires living in LA that work in these movies, the top upper echelon of studios, are the same people year after year. We know who they are. We watch their movies. When it comes time for them to glad hand each other to win an award for something that was obviously created with the intent to get the Oscar bait, no one cares. That's one of the reasons why, when it comes to this whole concept of no one wants to host the Oscars, it's because no one wants the blowback that Seth MacFarlane got or Kevin Hart would get. They don't want anyone to dive into their past to find whatever they can to try to career ruin them, because that's what these people now do. And as a result of giving into that type of outrage culture that these celebrities do when it comes to ostracizing their own, because they don't want to be seen as being bad, it ends up furthering that divide. There's a reason why when Roseanne returned to ABC, it had 21 million viewers and did really well in the heartland, because it connected. You want to know why all the bloviating from celebrities didn't help in the fight to not get Trump elected? Because they don't resonate with the common person. And that is becoming more and more prevalent in regards to the Oscars, in regards to the Academy Awards, in regards to Hollywood in general. There's a reason why there's a big disconnect. People just don't care. And telling them that they should care about the Oscars. And then having a host that said some stupid shit years ago, and then getting lambasted through the media for it to the point of where he has to pull out, and then no one else wants to do it, shows you the exact problem here. There is such a class disconnect between Hollywood and everybody else. And I've lived in Hollywood. I've been in that industry. I've been in that world. I've talked to these people. And believe me when I say this, they're not all bad. The vast majority of people who live and work in LA are the coolest people on the planet. They understand the business, but we're not talking about those people. We're talking about the elite of the elite, the 1%, as Bernie Sanders would say. And they live in this whole other world. And that is not a world that you or I live in, but it's a world that we're told to care about one night a year. After a while, people just stop tuning in. That's just the truth of it. So these are the 3 reasons why no one hosting the Oscars is a good thing. With any luck, it won't be around for much longer. Here's the thing. Write it out to 100 and then kill it. Just write it out to 100, take it out to a pastor, treat it like Old Yeller, and be done with it. And believe me, I think people will freaking thank you if you do. Anyway, those are my thoughts on this. What do you guys think? Let me know down here in the comments. Do you like the Oscars? Do you hate the Oscars? Let me know. Thumbs up the video. Subscribe if you're new. I'll talk to you guys later. Have yourself a great day, and peace out.